Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Kentucky Wildcats taking on the 15th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. Slips through the line. This guy is so dangerous. Find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
They'll go right back to it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. They'll try the left side. Still on his feet at the 45. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
They'll ride the hot hand. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Kentucky right back to the line. Trying to run, it's Traina. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Grab near the sticks. It's Traina. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll keep it on the ground. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. To the air, it's Vandergrift. Diving for the end zone, and they knock it out.
And it was so positive, and he did such a good job scrambling and making a play, but finishing. Finish that play understanding I got some pop. Let's get down. Let's take care of the football. Didn't do a good job at the end of the run.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Offense getting set for first down. To the ground with the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give is to Miller. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Touchdown, Wildcats. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The give to the tailback. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. It's complete on the right side. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Got room on the return. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Kentucky. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run. It's not.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Takes the handoff. It's Traynor. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter.
Kentucky 14, Alabama 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to pass, it's Vandergrift. Now adjusting. The throw. Got his man on the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Traynor. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Wildcat is racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Traynor. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
And now on second down for this offense. Finds his tight end. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. You got to do something to change this.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. To throw, it's Vandergrift. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Gets it out quickly. Shakes off the tackler. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. And they have converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but this one a third and long. they'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Kentucky.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I think you'll hear a little grumbling from the fan base, right? Third and long. I want to be aggressive. I want to throw the football. They get conservative. This offense is leading. Maybe that goes into the thought process a little bit.
Splits the uprights. Good. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They're testing the right side here. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. So after the first down run, here's second down. They'll try the run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. Third down coming. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's fourth down and 1. They'll try to pick up the first. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Miller with the ball. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, man.
Kentucky going quickly. Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They'll try it over the left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Looking to move it through the air. Fires into the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew. But I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. One more snap coming before halftime. The give is to Miller. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and we have run out of time in the second quarter. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4 downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. He'll come out throwing on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. The lead is 17 as they try to fight their way back in. They'll need a stop on this possession. About to kick it off here. Coming out with it, it's White. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throw.
The expressway is wide open. The 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Runs through a tackle. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown Tide! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. That more drives like this is what's needed.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's White. He only needs a sliver of daylight, and the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Quick handoff. Runs for the tackle. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Quarterback will audible. Looking for a man. It's Vandergrift. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Wildcats! And the pummeling has started. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and
It's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
Miller with the ball. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
when you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his way.
They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Scanning the field, it's Milroe. Fires toward the end zone. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Kentucky! Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on another SEC rival, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. He thought about bringing that out for... Welcome to Lexington, where the sun shines bright literally and figuratively on their old Kentucky home, and the Big Blue Nation ready to get behind these Wildcats in this one. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. A first down for the offense. Using his legs, it's Etienne. He is going. Where? Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The give to the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. To the air, it's Beck. Feeling some heat. And a sack all the way back at the 5. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but he tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, Georgia. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
There's usually 2 different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Offense set on first down. Running it to the right. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Kentucky.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And he makes the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They're going to run it. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Dropping back, it's back. Makes the grab down the middle. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes in it.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Bell. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. The give to the back. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Let's see what they've dialed up on third and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry-up. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paul.
Yeah, and inside inside the 3-yard line. I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Back to the ground game on the left. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Vandergrift. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got him wide open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
At the 45, on his way. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. No huddle here for the offense. Running to the left. Able to get 1 down to the 15. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball is picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 40. At the 30. Running inside the 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Fielded in the end zone. It's White. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. The Wildcats want to move quickly.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
It's really tough on offenses, but defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding?
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wildcats. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And they tacked on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 6 6 yards to the end zone. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back. It's back. Quickly complete. Giving him his pads. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets into the 40, and it's a first down. New set of downs after that completion. The give from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Georgia going up tempo. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looking for a man. It's Vandergrift. Throws to the tight end. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense. And
with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners going to give them some space. To the air, it's Beck. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's White. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Kentucky right back to the line.
Second down coming up.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to throw here on second down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Kentucky.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Getting some heat. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
It's caught downfield. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50. Third and long, on any given play, they can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now, first and goal.
Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. It's a fumble. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, I should have ran a better route.
Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
This is going all in. Goalpost virtually tapping you on the shoulder, heels almost in the end zone, and you're going for it. He fires to the left side. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Georgia comes quickly to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
It's now second and goal.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Well, 2nd and goal that time, and instead of turning around and giving it to Mr. Dependable, you just let your quarterback do it himself. Up front, everybody's got to get low. It's low man wins. You're able to get a surge, and the quarterback plows in for the touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Kentucky Wildcats will take over first and 10.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Wants to throw. It's Vandergrift. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him, and the defense finally came up with a play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires left. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And the offense gets pretty lucky there. 3rd down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick 6.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch, he's got it out. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Finds his man. It's Brown. Kentucky going quickly.
After 46. Now, a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Looking for more room. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Dogs!
Georgia.
Yeah, and how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. first. They throw the pick. And not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point.
Kentucky, 21.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fielded in the end zone, it's White. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A nice job by the offense there attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Back to throw, it's Vandergrift. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Quarterback checking off. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5, down to the 17-yard line. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Here we go, third down and 1. Let's see what you're made of. To the ground to try to move the chains. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Wow, what a big play by that defender. And how about the hit stick tackle? Woo! That ball carrier's going to remember that.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on the fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
The Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking to pass. It's Vandergrift. Looking for the end zone. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Got some room to run. Smashes through.